and the boldness that you gain after speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, world. How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in to Where is the Love? I am your host. I am Stephne Hockenhull. Joining me is my son, my co-host, Gene Williams. He's going to be joining me in a minute. So while we're waiting, I want to welcome you. I want to ask you, if you are watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, I want to ask you to share your channel, share the channel, share it on Facebook. There he is.
What up, young world? What up, young world? We up in here. What it do? 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 What it do?
Oh, Lord.
I thought I disappeared for a minute. I thought I was gone.
Thank you, sis, for sharing the show. We are excited today. We're always excited about the content we're bringing to you. Today not today. Last week I'm doing too many things. Last week on our show, we talked about, we had Chelsea Nettle on our show, and she talked about mental health. She talked about, I think I said, what did I put? Mindfulness?
Health, mindfulness, and stress.
Thank you, because I'm doing too much. Beverly said, there's nephew with the JJ hat.
Dynamite.
Since I told him you was going to be happy he was wearing that hat.
I was debating on wearing the hat at all. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it.
Well, that makes Beverly happy.
It's for you.
So, y'all, again, we are excited to be here today. We are excited to bring information to you. I'm excited because so today we are going to be talking about, she said, yes, like the hat. Okay, so today we're going to be talking to you about meditation and mindfulness. But before we talk about this, I have something to say. So y'all have heard me say many times, especially recently, about words. We know words have power. We know that. We've heard that. We've seen it when we understood what that was about, meaning that what you speak, you're going to get. You speak it into existence, that's what you're going to get. So listen, I want to say that I learned some things about meditation today that were different from what I heard and learned and believed. And so I am excited to be able to say that, listen, we can't believe everything we hear, and you get bits and pieces of information and you run with it, you believe it. I can't wait till we start sharing meditation and mindfulness with you today, because things that I have believed about it, things that I knew about it without digging into it, without, investigating the words, which is something that I do. I learned a lot. So we're going to share that stuff with y'all today. You want to add anything, son?
No, what you're talking about is etymology, the science and breakdown of words.
Okay. Listen, and I was thinking wordologist, the study of words.
Etymology.
So I am really getting into words and what they mean, because people say things and have no idea what you're saying or what it means. is, so listen, catch us on YouTube Live right now. Maybe you're already there. Catch us on our YouTube channel, both our Facebook and Love, and our YouTube channel is Love Misunderstood Institute. Um, you can also watch us right now on TV. I just love the way that sounds. So you can watch us on Roku. You can watch us on Amazon Fire right now as we are doing this show. So, and I've already asked you to share your pages. What is that noise? What happened?
It's the chair. Every time
Okay.
I turn on it, you go, yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's get into this show. Go back and watch episode 54 for more information about the mental health and mindfulness and stress that we had the discussion with and conversation with Chelsea Nettle last week. Episode 54. So today, again, we're going to be talking about meditation. So, son, go ahead and get into it.
All right. Into the thick of it. All right. So, again, we're going to be discussing meditation. So, the dictionary says that to meditate is to think deeply or carefully about something. For example, he went off to meditate on the new idea.
Yep.
Plan mentally, consider. For example, they had suffered severely and they began to meditate or retreat, which is an act or process of withdrawing, especially from what is difficult, dangerous, or disagreeable. What does the Bible say about meditation? The Hebrew word for meditation is, and I hope I'm saying this right, Haga.
Yep, Haga.
To murmur in pleasure or anger, by implying to ponder, imagine, mourn, mutter, roar, speak, study, talk, or utter. The Greek word for meditation is meleteo, something like that.
Yeah, meletao.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What she said. What she said.
And it means.
Oh, sorry. To take care of by implying revolve in the mind, imagine, or premeditate. Premeditated, it's the derivation of that word. Yeah.
So before you go on, I wanted us to know and to understand. I wanted to share the knowledge of what the word meditation means. And so he just shared what it means in the dictionary, what the dictionary definition is, what the and because meditation is in the Bible, the Old Testament is the Hebrew, so he gave the Hebrew definition. It's also in the New Testament about meditation, so he gave the definition of the Greek definition, which is again the New Testament. Right. So go ahead.
All right, the Greek word for ponder is sumbalo, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines. It means to combine, i.e., in speaking, to converse, consult, dispute, mentally to consider, by implying to aid, personally to join, attack, confer, encounter, help, make, or meet with. Psalms 80. Where did that come from? Psalms 119, 97 through 99. The Good News translation. Love for the law of the Lord. 97 is how I love your law. I think about it all day long. 98, verse 98. Your commandment is with me all the time and makes me wiser than my enemies. Verse 99. I understand more than all my teachers because I meditate on your instructions.
So what I did here is I shared a scripture showing you, and there are more, definitely more, but I wanted to give you, to show it to you in the Bible. And I only wanted to show it in one scripture, but this is what it tells us here. This is what we meditate on, the instructions of the word of the Bible. So you want to go ahead or you want me to go ahead?
I wanted to add something, actually.
Okay.
All right. So in yogic tradition, in Sanskrit, meditation or meditative absorption is the word dhyana. And it's the seventh limb of Ashtanga yoga, which means, again, meditative absorption. And like the scripture says, when we become completely absorbed in the focus of our meditation, then this is when we're really meditating. So when you allow yourself to get lost in that thought process, that is dhyana or meditation.
Okay. Thank you for that. So now we're going to share with you how to meditate. So we're going to share different things about meditation and about mindfulness today. So you want to go ahead or continue, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So how to meditate. Meditation is something everyone can do, and here's how. Meditation is simpler or harder than most people think. Read these steps. Make sure you're somewhere where you can relax into this process. Set a timer and give it a shot. So first, you want to take a seat. Find a place to sit that feels calm and quiet to you. I would suggest a room that the shades are pulled. The room is quiet. You're alone, where you can truly allow yourself to go into deep thought, deep meditation, deep concentration on whatever it is you're meditating upon. Set a time limit. If you're just beginning, it can help to choose a short time, such as 5 or 10 minutes. I absolutely suggest start with 5 or 10 minutes, because when you start to bring your focus from out here to laser-like focus, there's a lot of distractions. The mind gets lost in thoughts. So start small and build, just like we said with exercise. You're exercising your meditative muscles.
Yep.
Number 3, notice your body. You can sit in a chair with your feet on the floor. You can sit loosely, cross-legged. You can kneel, or all are fine. Just make sure you are stable and in position you can stay for a while. In different cultures, the suggestions actually kind of speak to different religious or spiritual practices. For instance, person may sit in the chair to meditate. That's all across all cultures, but in some places they meditate on the kneeling. If you were a Muslim brother or sister, there's different ways to go into meditation. So that's kind of what that's alluding to there. Number 4, feel your breath. Follow the sensation of your breath as it goes in and out. And that's actually something in yoga we tell the people to focus on. When you're breathing and your mind starts to get lost on a thought or absorbed in the thought, then you pull yourself back to the breath. And you count your breaths until you can get your mind focused back on whatever you are meditating upon.
And that's what the next part is saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, and this actually goes into mindfulness as well. Notice where your mind has wandered. Inevitably, your attention will leave the breath and wander to other places. When you get around to noticing that your mind has wandered in a few seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, simply return your attention to your breath. I didn't even see what that said.
It was a lot of messages.
But
go ahead. You want to, words are power. Thank you, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw something about wordologists. Yes, I love that, Stephanie. Meditation. We were just talking about, Izzy was just here visiting me, her and her husband, Dave. And we were talking about meditation and mindfulness. And Izzy's going to be on our show in a couple weeks.
Looking forward to that.
Yes. Okay, so number 6, is that where we are?
Right. Well, actually, number 5, I kind of wanted to add a little something to that.
Okay.
So, again, we say not to get lost in where your mind wanders to, just bring yourself back to the breath. But it's also the practice of self-awareness is realizing where your mind went and taking a mental note. Now, don't get stuck on it.
Yeah.
Come back to it later and unpack wherever your mind went.
Yeah.
That's another part of becoming self-aware. You know, you taking your thoughts, see where they went, and then you unpack them little by little. You peel the onion.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Shrek. All right. Number 6, be kind to your wandering mind. Don't judge yourself or obsess over the content of the thoughts you find yourself lost in. Just come back.
Yeah.
Because then the judgments have you overthinking, and now you way over here, and you know, in Memphis, you supposed to be in Southeast Asia somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, and number 7, close with kindness. When you're ready, gently lift your gaze. If your eyes are closed, then open them. Take a moment and notice any sounds in the environment. Notice how you feel. Notice how your body feels right now. Notice your thoughts and emotions. This is actually, when you close a meditation, the goal is to come back to the 5 senses. When you meditate, the step up above dhyana is dharana, which is intense concentration. So you're pulling yourself away from the physical body and going into the spirit of yourself. And then when you come out of meditation, you close by bringing yourself back to your body and being aware of your body in the particular space and time that it's in. So you awaken or reawaken the 5 senses: taste, touch, feel, sight, all that good stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, so that's it. That's the practice. You focus your attention, your mind wanders, you bring it back, and you try to do it as kindly as possible, as many times as you need to. And trust, when you start meditating, your mind is going to bounce around like a million bed bugs. I promise they will. Me binging off the wall. Bing, 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 bing. Woo! Okay, back to the breath we go.
And back to the breath we go, because we're not going to be all over the place. We're going to be focused on one thing. And so we have to, this is how we train our mind,
right,
to do something that's good for the mind, to be productive, to get focused on a good thing, to train our thoughts as well.
Right.
So you want to add something?
Yeah, I was going to say, just kind of reiterate what I said before. It's like, you know, meditate. We start out as like this is my favorite analogy about meditation. So you take like the light from a light bulb, and it goes all over the place. The goal is to take your light from that of a light bulb to that of a laser. And that's what meditation does. It takes the sight, the vision, the mindset from wide thoughts, and very, very focused and able to be used as a tool by the person who's utilizing that tool, i.e. your mind.
Yeah. Hey, Izzy, I love this too, because I just really understood meditation and mindfulness because I ran from meditation because of what I understood and the little bit that I knew. Instead of, I don't know if you were on here when I said this, instead of investigating, which is something we have to do. We can't just say things that other people say, or we can't just say what comes to mind. We can, but are we giving life with the words that we're doing, or are we giving death with the words that we're speaking, or are we giving death? So we have to train our thoughts. We have to. So this just really helped me to see this by taking the time to investigate, to see what it's really about. And this
to show thyself approved.
Yes, yes, yes. And I love investigating stuff. And so that's why I've been investigating words. So why meditate? Why? To improve physical and mental health through stress reduction and relaxation. That's one reason. A second reason is to increase the mind's ability to concentrate and remain focused. Number 3, to cultivate empathy and compassion. And boy, do we need empathy and compassion. Everybody needs that. when you don't have it, you just treat people crazy, bully people, control people, all of that stuff that's negative and harmful to people. Meditation and nature is wonderful. You're right, Mark.
And
Go
I
ahead.
want to add to that. So not only cultivate empathy and compassion for others, but first and foremost, nurture that within yourself. Cultivate that way within yourself, because you can only give to other people what you give to yourself. So if
Right.
you're mean to yourself and you have a lot of negative self-talk, then that's all you can give to other people. But if you feed yourself love and you cultivate empathy and compassion within the self, then it's easy to give to other people because it's a natural reflection of who you are.
Ain't that what we were talking about, Izzy, today? All right, so number 4 of why meditate? To develop insight and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 4 reasons of why to meditate, and that's according to mindworks.org. So you want to add something, son?
No, I'm loving where we're going.
Okay, you want this or you want me?
I can do this one. It's fine. All right.
Okay.
So what is mindfulness meditation? One of my favorite subjects. All right. Mindfulness meditation is an exercise for your mind that helps you become more aware of your experiences in the present moment. The purpose is to practice paying attention to one thing at a time in order to be more intentionally focused on the present moment in your daily life. One of my favorite books by Eckhart Tolle is Be Here Now. That's all that literally exists right now, this very moment. The past is a memory. The future is a projected thought going forward, but right now is all that exists. So we need to stay very focused in the moment so you can be intentional and cognizant of what's really going on, who you're being in the moment.
That's good. Ain't that good? Is he the intentional healer?
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know where you work.
I know. I got it.
Okay.
Mindfulness meditation is done by simply focusing your attention on one thing in your current sensory experience. The object of focus can be your breathing, body, the sounds you can hear, the things you can see, or anything else you can sense. While you are practicing, pay attention to, say, your breath. You will notice that your mind wanders. This is normal and expected. And when it happens, you simply bring your focus back to the breath. Again, the start and the finish of all things is the breath. The first step in life is that breath you take when you come out. And the last one that you take is important as well. Everything in between is just practice.
That's good. That's good.
Meditation it's like a workout for your mind. When you can exercise your body, you build up new strength that you can use in your everyday life. In the same way, when you exercise your attention, intentional attention, you grow better at being aware of the present moment in your daily life.
I didn't realize how important meditation really was until I got into this today. Because your mind, otherwise, if you're not meditating on a specific thing to get your focus on the one thing, you're going to be all over the place and you're not going to be able to be settled in your mind. And so your thoughts are just constantly bombarding you, and the more you focus on, if it's something negative, the more you focus on that negative thing, the more of the negative you're going to get. So then it's important to get back. Okay, I don't want to be all over the place. I want to be. So if it's your breath you're focusing on, let me get back to this.
Right.
And, and getting your mind quiet. That's how you get your mind quiet. That helps you get your mind quiet. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Actually would like to add to that. So what you said, here's what the beauty of mindfulness meditation. As you said, when we're not focused, our mind bounces all over the place. And as creators and co-creators of our reality, the more your mind bounces all over the place, you begin to create or miscreate, like you said, the things that you don't desire.
Right.
Once you bring yourself into mindfulness and bring yourself back to what you have control over, the breath in this particular instance, then you begin to again laser focus, and you intentionally create a reality that you desire, and that's the beauty of mindfulness.
Yeah, that's good.
Go from the monkey mind to the sage mind.
I was thinking about that too. The monkey mind, monkey mind. Time out. Intentional healer. All right, meditation tips and techniques. We've gone over the basic breath meditation so far. When you can acknowledge what is in the moment, you can do something tangible with it intentionally. That's right. I love that. Izzy, thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
We have to be intentional. When I met her, she was talking about being intentional in everything she was doing. Right. And so that's where she was going. That was the direction she was going in. And so whenever I think of her, I think about being intentional, because I heard that word come out of her mouth so much. And so, Mark, what you saying? Our thoughts are the gatekeeper. Mark, will you put that back? Our thoughts are the gatekeeper to manifestation.
Curious George.
I was reading what Izzy wrote. One more time, Mark. I'm sorry. Our thoughts are the gatekeeper to manifestation. Hello.
Right.
Hello.
Exactly.
When you can acknowledge what is in the moment, you can do something tangible with it intentionally. Right. That's good. Mark told Gene about having that monkey mind. Now he thinks he's Curious George. All right, meditation tips and techniques. You want to add something, Gene, before I go into this? Okay. So we've gone over the basic breath meditation so far, but there are other mindfulness techniques that use different focal points than the breath to anchor our attention. External objects like a sound in the room, or something broader, such as noticing spontaneous things that come into your awareness during an aimless wandering practice. But all of these practices have one thing in common. We notice that our minds are running the show. Our minds are running the show a lot of the time. It's true. We think thoughts typically, and then we act. You think, then you act. But here are some helpful strategies to change that up. So here's how to make mindfulness a habit. Gene, you want to do that one?
Yeah. All right. So it's estimated that 95% of our behavior runs on autopilot.
Yep.
Which means that we're not even conscious of the thoughts that we're having.
Yep.
That's because neural networks underlie all of our habits, reducing our millions of sensory inputs per second into manageable shortcuts so we can function in this crazy world.
Yes, it's crazy.
These default brain signals are so efficient that they often cause us to relapse into old habits and old behaviors before we remember what we meant to do instead. Man, so true. Mindfulness is the exact opposite of those default processes. It's executive control rather than autopilot, and enables intentional actions, willpower, power, and decisions. But that takes practice. The more we activate the intentional brain, the stronger it gets. Again, it's like building up that mindfulness muscle.
Yep.
Every time we do something deliberate and new, we stimulate neuroplasticity or create new neural pathways in the brain, activating our gray matter, which is full of newly sprouted neurons that have not yet been groomed for autopilot brain. Yeah. Yep.
I like the sage mind theory. Can't wait to learn more from intentional meditation at Gene. You look, muscle memory.
Right. Exactly. The more
So
you use it, the more natural, the more second nature. That's where we got that from. When you change something, you do something intentionally and you do it over and over again, it becomes second nature. If you're on
yes,
autopilot, then that's second nature. But if you begin to be more intentional, more focused, and more mindful about your actions, then you create those muscles, and those override those auxiliary, those latent muscles of the opposite.
yeah, that's good.
Where did I stop? I don't
I
know.
got you. But
Okay.
here's the problem. While our intentional brain knows what is best for us, our autopilot brain causes us to shortcut our way through life.
Yes, Lord. Cheat
So,
code.
huh?
It wants the cheat code. The cheat code.
Right.
No,
I don't
no,
want to go that way. Let me go the short way.
no magic pills. No magic pills. Got to do the work. Got to do the work.
So, how can we trigger ourselves to be mindful when we need it most? This is where the notion of behavior design comes in. It's a way to put your intentional brain in the driver's seat. There are two ways to do this, to do that. First, slowing down the autopilot brain by putting obstacles in its way. And the second is removing obstacles in the path of the intentional brain so it can get control. Gene, go ahead
Yeah,
and say what you want to say to that.
yeah. um,
I thought
yeah,
you wanted to add something
yeah. I
to it.
was gonna say so. And one of the obstacles you put in place to get out of the autopilot brain is to ask questions. This thought. Did I think this out? Is this something that's going to be beneficial? So it makes you stop and think and be aware of the thought that you're having and what you want to do next. Because again, thoughts create actions, and actions
Yeah.
create habits. So when you think about, when you're able to consciously break down and analyze, oh, I had this thought and I'm about to do this, then it's an obstacle. It's like a what do you call it? A toll guard or whatever. All right, now, hey, you got to pay for this. So do you want to do this? You want to go here? You got to pay. Oh, okay. I don't necessarily even want to do that right now. You know what? Let me come back.
Yeah.
And when you constantly do that to the autopilot mind, it causes yourself to be more intentional about your actions.
That's good. Shifting the balance.
All right, shifting the balance to give your intentional brain more power takes some work. Got to do that work, man. Can't get away from the work.
Gotta do the work.
Got to do the work. All right, here's some ways to get started. Put meditation reminders around you. If you intend to do some yoga or to meditate, put your yoga mat or your meditation cushion in the middle of the floor so you can't miss it as you walk by. I've done that so many times. I mean, seriously, it'll be in the middle of the floor. You walk by like, all right, let's go. I even set a timer on my phone that says in big words, go meditate. And it goes off and it's the loudest one. It goes, can't ignore it. You see that? You see that yoga mat? All right, let's go.
Whatever helps you remember to get yourself together. Listen, time to do something different. Muscle memory. Yep, I want executive control in my life, not autopilot. I know that's right.
There we go. All right. Refresher reminders regularly. Because the deal is, once you do something over and over again, it's easy to ignore it. So if you refresh and do something different to cause that awareness, then you get a better result. Because again, the way you present yourself with those reminders, can set you into autopilot again.
Yeah.
So I see it now. I can ignore it. I can just step over that yoga mat and that cushion. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna sweep it back here behind myself.
Mark said you live off of autopilot.
No, man, it's not good, man. All right.
Refresh your reminders.
Right. Refresh your reminders. Say you decided to use sticky notes to remind yourself of a new intention. Those are great things. That might work for about a week, but then your autopilot brain and old habits take over again.
Yep.
Try writing new notes to yourself, add variety or make them funny. Right. That way they'll stick with you longer. Another thing is create new patterns.
Yeah.
You can try a series of if this, then that messages.
Yeah.
These are reminders to shift into the intentional brain. For instance, you might come up with, if the phone rings, take a breath before answering.
Yep.
Each intentional action to shift into mindfulness will strengthen your intentional brain. Building up that muscle memory, right?
Right. Yeah.
You want to get this next part?
Yeah. So I can't even. Okay. So according to commongrace.com, we're going to share how comparing the Christian meditation versus the mindfulness meditation. So to summarize, here are some similarities and some differences between Christian meditation and mindfulness meditation, with aspects that are unique to each and what they have in common. So Christian meditation is used to cultivate the habit of thinking about God in everyday life. So they both have in common, well, let me read the mindfulness meditation. It is used to cultivate the habit of being present in everyday life. And so what they both have in common is they are used to cultivate a habit in everyday life.
I'd like to add a word to that if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
A healthy habit. Right? They are used to cultivate a healthy habit in everyday life.
Yep. Thank you. So Christian meditation, here's something else. It helps you to fill your mind with thoughts about God. Mindfulness meditation helps you to notice and be aware of your thoughts. And so what they both have in common is help you to pay attention to your thoughts. That is something that we have to pay attention to, because when we're not paying attention to our thoughts, again, we're all over the place and we're acting on our thoughts and doing and saying things that are not helpful, not fruitful or edifying to the person that you're talking to, or even if it's yourself, because we self-bully. So we, say things to ourselves that are not helpful. So want to add something? Let me know when you want to interject.
Yeah. I'm going to say, so kind of helping. So either way, helping these things help you pay attention to your thoughts. One of my favorite saying by Ram Dass, I believe it was, is if you don't master your thoughts will master you.
Right. Yeah, that's good. So to keep your thoughts in control, that's just what Jean just said is very helpful for that. So Christian meditation is a way of life, but can also be formal meditation exercise. So when it comes to mindfulness meditation, it is a formal meditation exercise to practice mindfulness. So what do they have in common? They can be practiced as a formal seated meditation exercise.
I did want to say that mindfulness meditation is also in the same way that Christian meditation is a way of life, being conscious of your every action and thought, excuse me, and word and everything of that nature.
Yeah, so you bring your thoughts back into focus by what am I trying to say? In order to bring your thoughts back into focus, you have to choose meditation. That's not what I wanted to say, but that's what came out. So let me get back
to live in a meditative way.
Yeah.
It's an everyday part of your life. It's in essence your spiritual practice or your religion, to be mindful. Either way, with Christian meditation and mindfulness meditation, it's a way of life, baby. It's a way of life.
Yep. So also Christian meditation teaches you, or the focus is to be on God the Bible, God's love, and what he has done for us. The mindfulness meditation is focused on your experience in the present moment. And how are they, what do they both have in common? They support your mental health by helping you to relax, reduce stress, and calm anxiety. You want to add something?
No.
Okay, so the Christian meditation is the goal is to deepen your walk with God, experience his love and presence, and live more like Christ. The mindfulness meditation is the goal is to become more aware of the present moment in your daily life. And the goal together, what they have in common is the goal can be to become aware of God's presence in the present moment.
Right.
So I was getting ready to say we're going to stop doing these, but we only got one more left. Okay, so the last one, the Christian meditation is inherently spiritual in that you are communing with the Holy Spirit. I love this. And then the mindfulness meditation is not necessarily spiritual in that it's about your mental awareness. And what do they have in common? Can help you have an attitude of grace towards yourself, bringing together God's grace and mindful non-judgment. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I did want to say that they actually both have the same goals. Just it's said a little differently. Because mindfulness meditation is about being aware of not only God outside of ourselves, but also God in each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when you say namaste, it's the God in me recognizes and honors
The
the
God in you.
So, it's the same thing in essence. And it's a beautiful thing just to be aware, again, mindfulness and meditation on both parts just brings us closer to the God within ourselves and the God within our fellow man.
That's good. So you can go with the next part.
All right. According to mindworks.org, what are the different types of meditation? There are 6 different meditation techniques. Number 1 is spiritual meditation. Meditation is an essential part of Eastern spiritual traditions such as Buddhism, Taoism, and Hinduism. But did you know that it is practiced in many Judeo-Christian traditions and other spiritual paths as well? Depending on the tradition, spiritual meditation may also include elements of silent, spoken, or chanted prayer. When practiced in a religious context, meditation supports a deeper connection with the divine. Whether secular or non-secular, the insights that are brought to light through spiritual meditation can help us develop qualities of benevolence and connection. It is well suited for individuals seeking spiritual growth, as well as those who appreciate setting time aside for self-reflection. True spiritual meditation also includes elements of loving kindness and compassion. And we are looking to be in service of others, to others. The insights that we can gain from our practice are invaluable. Something I would like to bring up, something that I always thought was really cool, is the similarity of, like, say, a group meditation in the Catholic Church, when the priest and all the people in the church are chanting maybe in Hebrew, say, or Latin, while they maybe hit a bell or something of that nature with candles lit. Is similar to a Buddhist or whatever chanting, with singing bowls, Tibetan singing bowls, or or whatever be the case. They're meditating, they're chanting something. It's very similar and has the same goal to tune into the highest version of yourself and tune into the God source itself. So I've always thought that was really cool.
And I want to interject something. Were you done?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the thing that got me when it came to meditation. And this is the only thing that I saw about meditation. So it skewed my vision when it comes to meditation, which is why the revelation was so big to me today, understanding, by investigating. So what got me and pushed me away from meditation is the chanting. So it depends on what you're saying when you're chanting that makes the difference. But that is what pushed me away. So I want to add that there's a lady at work that I hear her doing this a lot. And so one day I could hear her, and I said, I can't remember what I asked her, but I said, "Are you meditating, or are you saying that to calm yourself down?" And she said, "Oh, you hear me?" And I said, "Yeah." So, and I've heard her do it a few different times. But she said, how did she say it? She was creating a peaceful state of mind, and blocking out the things that were going on around her. And so it also reminded me, you want to say something to that before I say it? Okay. So another thing that happened is I was working with a guy that was Indian, and I said this before, but from India, the country India. And so he was telling me, because I would hear him do that too. And so I asked him something about it one day. I don't remember what I asked him, but anyway, he told me basically the same thing this lady told me. And this lady was from Africa that was doing that recently, but he's from India. So anyway, he was telling me, he gave me details about it and helped me to understand it. And then he told me to try it. So me, being my silly self, I did it loud. He said, "Not too loud." He said, "You raise your blood pressure."
Right.
But I was being silly, and he was saying, "Just do it softly."
Right.
And then we both laughed. But I'm like, me being silly, not understanding, that doing it in a calm tone and not just blaring it out like I did makes a difference.
Right.
But anyway, I just wanted to say that that's one of the things that pushed me away from when it came to meditation or even thinking about meditation. No, I don't, that chanting that they do. And, like I said, it has a lot to do with the words that you're saying when you're chanting that turned me off and just had me not even wanting to even understand meditation.
Yeah.
So what were you going to say?
I was going to say, so meditation, just like in the Bible, when it speaks of, sound is what created the physical universe. It. In Buddhist culture and yogic tradition, you may hear.
Hi, Maria Rosario.
Hey.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You hear the first sound supposedly is the sound of Om, which is the sound of God. And it's also kind of similar to the sound that we hear as babies in our mom's womb. We hear the rhythm of the mother's voice, and it sounds like a humming.
Wow.
So it's the same thing. We do it with religion because we know that brings you to a certain vibration. And generally, like especially with Gregorian chants, and even Buddhist and yogic chants, they chant a certain thing and has a certain certain focus, should I say? For instance, if I'm remembering correctly, Ham is for the body. I may be saying it wrong. Yam is for the mind. I always get it mixed up, but they have certain chants to do certain things. To calm the heart, you chant a certain thing. To calm the mind, you chant a certain thing.
Okay.
You hold your hands a certain way. Same thing in the church. When you're praying, a lot of people either do this or they do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You bring yourself to a center place here, and you're receiving as opposed to transmitting.
I like that.
So it's the same thing. And like I said, it's like when I realized that common ground, I was like, wow. So we fight over difference is not realizing that it's really not too different. Only thing is the focus and the intention behind it, or the things that are said. And once we get past the little subtle things that make us different, then we can realize that there's so much that we have in common.
Yeah.
Just live an easier, positive, peaceful life, man.
Yeah.
That's a different show.
Right. And we need peace.
Man.
So thank you, Maria, for joining us on the show. We don't have a whole lot of time left, so I want us to share out of the 6 different meditation techniques. We can tell you what they are. Jean already shared the spiritual meditation. Then there's the mindfulness meditation. And so we just want to share a little bit out of each one because of the time. So mindfulness meditation, this meditation technique, which has become extremely popular in the West, is based on the teachings of the Buddha. Mindfulness meditation can be instrumental in helping us understand how our mind works. This self-knowledge serves as a foundation for overcoming dissatisfaction, impatience, intolerance, and many of the other habits that keep us from living fuller, happier lives. So there are several steps to follow if you want to become skilled at that technique. But we're not going to go into that. You can go to, we're just going to highlight some of this. You can go to mindworks.org and get more information and look at this yourself. So Jean, highlight some of movement meditation number 3.
Great. All right. So movement meditation is, there are many forms of meditation that encourage you to remain in one position, but movement meditation focuses on the body in motion. One of my favorite is walking meditation. You walk. It's a mind movement. This technique can also be associated with yoga and Tai Chi. So where you're focusing on the breath or a certain thought process or something that you want, as you're walking, enjoying nature, taking deep breaths, and allowing your awareness to stay focused. Another is focus meditation. In this technique, we concentrate exclusively on whatever it is that we are doing. It is the exact opposite of multitasking. We witness and admire the exceptional power of concentration of athletes, musicians, chess players, and the like. We may forget that to succeed in life, we too have to be able to focus on the task at hand completely and intentionally.
Yep. That word intentional just keep coming up.
Yeah.
Got to be intentional.
All right. Visualization meditation. In this meditation technique, an image that creates a particular feeling or quality is brought to mind. In a simpler way, we close our eyes and imagine a beautiful mountain lake, an open sky, a familiar landscape, or any other visualization that speaks to us. For instance, you can some meditations say, imagine yourself looking at an apple, or you can do a candle meditation where you look at a candle and then you close your eyes and you keep that image of the candle burning in your mind. Those are just 2 of my favorites. Number 6.
Go ahead.
Number 6 is chanting meditation. Kind of spoke about this a little bit. Many spiritual paths, from Western religions to Buddhist and Hindu traditions, recommend chanting and mantra meditation. While chanting, the mind should be focused on the sound of the words and the melody. That's why it often sounds like when you hear people chanting, it sounds like they're singing.
Yeah.
You chant in a melodic way, and it raises the vibration and the consciousness of the mind.
And then go down to the last sentence, mantras in that paragraph.
All right, there's scientific proof linking meditation to improve sleep, reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, decreased pain, and a myriad of other health benefits. Add to these increased self-awareness, tolerance, resilience, and understanding, and you've got a win-win. Whatever form of meditation you choose, you will discover that committing to a regular practice, perhaps in a free online meditation course, and gives rise to an abundance of holistic benefits.
What do you want to add to all of this for the show?
I think it's really important, again, to meditate, to take that time, 5 minutes a day, to start off. But start off small increments, and then build upon it slowly but surely. But get the habit. Be consistent about the habit, because again, it's going to heighten your awareness, make you feel better, help you have less stress, have less anxiety, and it's just the overall beneficial thing that has helped in a lot of ways, not only for me, but I know for people who do it regularly. You take your mind from that wide light bulb light to a very focused laser-like focus, and you can use that as a tool to manifest that which you desire, and to be more aware of yourself, and also in tune and on the same vibration of what we call God, or the highest source, or however you want to see it.
Thank you. So, y'all, we hope this have helped. We are at the end of our show. I certainly learned a lot about meditation and mindfulness today, and researching this material, and I'm grateful because I definitely love peace. Peace.
Peace or peace?
Right. You choose. All right, so we are at the end of our show. We ask you to stay for the outro video so you can see Gene's video that he and his band did. I won't let you take my peace. So we'll see you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, wherever you're watching us from. So we send you peace, we send you love, and we say bye for now. Watch the video. See you next week. Take care.
I'm dancing to the music already. I don't even hear it.
See how my strength of will make me proud. Everything falls into place. Gotta take the risk, can't play it safe. Gotta have the faith to move a mountain. Then you'll be free. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, no. Cause to be the boss no more. So just clear sky. Decided to take control of my life. Now I'm not afraid to reach for those heights. Ain't no glass ceilings inside. Take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Won't let you take it from me. No, no. won't let you take, won't let you take it from me, won't let you take, won't let you take it, won't let you take, won't let you take it from me,